All right, we're gonna call this meeting to order. It is 4 o'clock. Trustee Houston, would you mind leading us in the pledge?
Sure thing. Everybody stand, please place your right hand to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, good evening. Happy Black History Month to everyone that's here. And before I do the roll call, I'd like to make it clear that for the record of this meeting, that it should be reflected in the minutes that the San Bernardino Community College Board of Trustees business meeting is conducted pursuant to California Government Code Section 54953. Trustee Reyes and student trustee Espinosa are participating by Zoom conference. In accordance with the Ralph M. Brown Act, the teleconference location has been identified in the notice and agenda for this meeting. I will now conduct roll call, after which I will ask the trustees to recognize me in order to confirm the matters of record. So Trustee Garcia, student trustee Garcia?
Present.
Present?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear, I'm sorry. Student trustee Espinoza for the teleconference attendee?
Yes.
Trustee Betters?
Present.
Trustee Houston?
Present.
Trustee Longville? Trustee Reyes in the teleconference?
Here.
And I, Trustee Williams, is here, and Chair is absent, and Trustee Aguilar is on his way. I'd like to now request that the trustees on the teleconference respond with the following questions. Can the trustees on the call hear me well?
Yes. Yes.
Were you able to hear our proceedings on this end up until now?
Yes. Yes.
And do you have a copy of the agenda for this meeting?
I do. Yes.
Thank you. I'd like to now ask that the members of the board speak up at this time if they have not been able to clearly hear the participants on the call. Can y'all hear the folks on the call? Yes. Okay. Hearing no comment, the recording shall reflect that the board members present have indicated they were able to hear all trustees clearly. I'd like to advise that the board members that any votes taken during the teleconference portion of this meeting must be taken by roll call. And so we already did the pledge, and so I'm going to move forward to public comments on agenda and non-agenda items. So I need to read this passage too, right? Yes. Okay. Pursuant to Board Policy 2350, any person may speak to the Board of Trustees either on an agenda item or other matters of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board and before any board action is taken. Comments must be limited to 3 minutes per speaker and 20 minutes on the same topic or substantially similar subjects, unless the majority of the board votes to extend the time limit. As a matter of policy, members of the board may not discuss or respond to matters raised during public comment unless the matters are properly noticed and discussed or action in the open session. If you have a question about access or if you require accommodations to participate in a public meeting, please contact the Chancellor's office at 909-388-6903 as far in advance of the meeting as possible. Do we have any public comments? No, sir. All right. So there's no clarifications, and so I'm going to hand this over to the Chancellor for our Citizens Bond Oversight Committee annual report.
Thank you, Chair. As you know, as a matter of policy, we do have our annual report for the Bond Citizens Oversight Group. And so with us today is our Chancellor Emeritus, Dr. Don Averill, who will be giving the report.
Members of the board, I spoke to the Chancellor before the meeting and said that I was going to read the report word for word. So I'll start right now. The Bond Oversight Committee is charged with making sure that the bonds that themselves are operating in conformance with what the people of our citizens are receiving exactly what they voted for, and that we are not spending any of the money for any administrative costs or for any administrators or faculty that are not related to the bond issue. And we just completed the audit report at the last meeting, which was just a week ago. And I'm happy to tell you that there were absolutely no findings on the report of any problem. It was a clean report. The only thing I have to say is that I sit on several finance committees with several corporations, and I haven't seen an audit report yet in which the auditors didn't give themselves an out and say, we're only certifying that this is correct today, etc. But with that in mind, and to keep the report at a good time, I'll read the statement of compliance. It's to the best of its ability, the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee believes that the San Bernardino Community College District is in compliance with the requirements of Article 13, Section 1B3 of the California Constitution. Full text available at the URL cited here, and that the findings are that you're in compliance and we're operating well. I did want to make one comment though, is when I left the district in 2008, I left with a bond of $500 million. We're still operating with that bond issue, and $78 million is remaining. It's interesting to see how long it takes sometimes to spend this money.
Thank you, Dr. Averill, for your service. He was chancellor when I was student trustee, and so yes, indeed. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to the district. Next up, can we have staff display the applause card, and let's recognize and applaud for all of the recipients who have extended extra efforts in providing quality service and valued assistance. So next I'm going to ask, we're going to go to our board committees and activities report. Okay, I see you're after that. So Trustee Houston, would you please provide a brief report for the Board Finance Committee?
Yes, thank you, Chair. So our Board Finance Committee met today, this afternoon, right before this meeting, and this update includes a brief background summary for each agenda item that was on our meeting this morning. This additional context is intended to provide clarity on the purpose and the history of each item. So the first thing I'll report on is our annual affirmation of committee charge. A little bit of background: in accordance with our community college district action, our board action that we took in December, we were elected, meaning myself as chair of the Board Finance Committee, Dr. Gonzalez, and Dr. Betters were all elected to continue to serve on the Board Finance Committee. As part of this process, our committee, we reviewed the charge. And so the key points of this are that the annual review reinforces the committee's role in strengthening accountability and supporting sound financial decision-making across the district. So the committee, the three of us, we are charged with increasing the efficiency of the Board of Trustees by performing time-consuming research on behalf of the board regarding all matters of the district. We're also charged with improving clarity by providing a platform for detailed questions not conducive to the flow of monthly business meetings. We're also charged with promoting transparency of the San Bernardino Community College District budgeting process and fiscal matters through detailed discussion of these topics in an open forum. And finally, we're charged with fostering an environment of understanding by communicating findings and formulating final recommendations to the Board of Trustees for their action. The committee, we, the three of us, or technically two of us, reaffirmed our existing charge with no changes at this time. The next thing that we talked about and we had a presentation on was our pension rate stabilization trust review. So our committee, we received comprehensive presentations on the pension rate stabilization trust twice per year to review investment strategy and performance. This investment represents the district's proactive approach to managing rising CalSTRS and CalPERS retirement obligations. The key points of the report was that we were able to reaffirm that the district's conservative investment strategy, which carries an expected return of approximately 5.8% over a 5-year period, is the preference. Next was our bond measure workforce and construction update. So the district's bond program continues to advance major facilities improvements at both campuses. Active construction includes multiple projects at San Bernardino Valley College and Crafton Hills College, with continued progress towards scheduled completion milestones. The key points that we learned today and that were presented today are that the college district currently has 5 active construction projects, and that investments into the local community in support of our board policy 6610 include $207 million in contracts that have been awarded to local businesses. Our local workers have received approximately $16.7 million in wages, and minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses have attained approximately $19.4 million in contracts. Next up were our monthly updates, and we regularly receive information that supports transparency, fiscal oversight, and ongoing monitoring of district operations and investments. The key points from today were that we received information and updates on our the budget report, the district's budget, the budget review, and expenditure summary, including the enrollment trends. Finally, we have the Board Finance Committee quarterly activity report. So we all have that here. You should have it in front of you. That gives you some additional information with regard to the activity that's happened in the last quarter. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, March the 2nd, March the 12th, sorry, 2026. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Houston. Trustee Aguilera, will you please give the report for the Board Legislative Committee?
Of course. Thank you, Chair. We met earlier today, the Board Legislative Committee. We received some updates from our representative at HACU, the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, specifically regarding funding for HSI, Hispanic Serving Institute, which, as you know, it's critically important to our district. So we continue to champion those efforts and see how we can support that. The committee, we also heard from district staff who reported on a recent Sacramento advocacy visit, which some of us went, which again, I know that's something of important to all of us to make sure we show up in front of our legislators and let them know what we're doing down here in the district. So we did that earlier in January. We met several local legislators, but I think the most important piece of it and fun is that we had the opportunity to be on the Senate floor with Senator Reyes to celebrate 100 years of San Bernardino Valley College. So again, that was really incredible. And also from that, we got future meetings with some of our IE and Lynn Empire legislators. So we invited the chair of the Education Committee to learn about Legacy Village project and some of the other good things we're doing down here. Yeah, and lastly, the staff provided an overview of some of the legislation, some things brewing up in Sacramento, and how they impact our district specifically. So again, we met earlier, and I just want to thank staff, Angel, Inez, for all the incredible work, and of course the leadership of our chancellor.
Thank you. And I wanted to just take a minute to just say how impressive it is to watch the Ledge Committee. So like when we go to Sacramento with these folks, like they have deep relationships, they're advocating on your behalf for resources, especially like when the chancellor walks into some of these assembly offices and she makes the big ask. And so it's just cool to watch, all of the relationships that have been developed. Every district is not positioned like we are. Some districts, a lot of them don't even have a legislative committee and do virtually no advocacy. And so I think it's really opened up the door for resources that we would not normally get. So, I just want to thank y'all for y'all service and the work that you're doing. Just a quick update for the Board of Governors. The Board of Governors is going to have its annual board retreat on February 24th in Coronado. I forget which college we're visiting, but the chancellor is kind of gearing us up for this whole idea of internships for all students and internships as a way of developing career pathways for our students. And so we're on this subcommittee that will receive a report at the retreat, really looking at ways that community colleges can ensure that all students have opportunity for work-based learning and employer engagement. And there are two opportunities that I just want to share. So Jobs for the Future has a grant opportunity out for work-based learning, specifically around AI integration. And so it's tied to the new goals that you'll see coming from the chancellor's office. And then the Division of Apprenticeship Standards has about $22 million that they'll be allocating for apprenticeships and the work-based learning type opportunities for students. And so if those align to anybody's work, I hope we really look at how we're helping students develop good industry skills. And that's all that I have. Oh, and I also need to do the Board Policy Committee. So the Board Policy Committee, we met last night, and as part of a district-wide policy and procedures review, the, how do you say this, BPAC? BPAC. Okay, yeah, that's our acronym for our committee, is the Board Policies and Procedures Ad Hoc Committee. We did our annual review of all board policies and administrative procedures. Jose and our chair, they work me to death in the evenings and make me spend my nights looking at board policies. And so the board, the board serves, so we looked at chapter 1 and 2. The board serves as the chapter lead for these, and that's a focus on governance and board operations. The committee also reviewed the proposed 2025-2026 annual review list and approved the annual policy review list for chapter 1 and 2 based on all of the legal updates. The policy schedule for review included those related to board governance processes such as our meetings, our agendas, teleconferencing, participation in local decision making. The committee also approved an addition of Board Policy 2745, which is the board self-evaluation, to do an annual review cycle to align evaluation timelines and processes with board direction established at our most recent retreat. We had a really robust discussion at our retreat about our self-evaluation, and as you know, all of this information is part of the accreditation process. The last part, we went through our burden-free instructional material discussion. The central focus of the committee's discussion was the continued advancement of burden-free instructional materials and improve student cost transparency. The committee also discussed the implications or the implementation at AB 607, which required related courses and materials, and also the cost disclosure. Basically, we need to disclose how much things are going to cost for students, and then make available for them what instructional materials they'll need to have for the classes on day 1 of their class. And so we had a robust discussion about that. Our next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, March the 11th. And that's all that I have there. And I'll ask Trustee Houston to give a report about our Joint Powers Authority.
Yes, our San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center Joint Powers Authority met last week, and the commission at that meeting made the decision to begin the process of dissolution of the Joint Powers Authority. There's an action item on the agenda for consideration today, and if there's more discussion, we can talk about it then.
So next, we'll ask the chancellor to give her report.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone, and happy Black History Month. So I've been able to attend a few events on our campuses, and I'll tell you, they've been wonderful. It's always a pleasure to be on the campuses. You can just feel the pride, right, of the students, the faculty, and the staff really coming together to celebrate each other. And it's just been a meaningful month across the district. So thank you to all of you who put in the efforts as we celebrate that history, that we're also focused on how we are better together and how we just keep getting better and better. In March, we're launching the SBCCD Institute for Excellence. This is a professional development pilot program for our faculty, staff, and managers. Vice Chancellor Hannon and the HR team have been working on this for some time. The goal is to strengthen how we lead at all levels of the institution, how we work together, and how we improve our systems so that we can better serve our students as a collective. Super excited about this institute. We're also expanding opportunities for students beyond the classroom. The California Volunteers Commission has extended our College Corps grant program. Through the College Corps, students complete 450 hours of service to local nonprofits and in return receive $10,000 to help with school and living expenses. Really a fantastic program. Vice Chancellor Ornelas, who will be joining us shortly, we just want to give her thanks to her and her team for their continuous efforts with this program since 2022. I also want to thank our Board of Trustees. You know, the work that they do really is tireless. And it was recognized recently in the Inland Empire magazine. I'll show you a picture. There they are.
Wait a minute, I didn't get one of those.
What I look like? Hold on, let me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're recognized for keeping education affordable and everything that they do on a daily basis. You know, when Trustee Williams talked about keeping them up late at night, we do. Weekends, early mornings, whenever they're available, we grab them. And they're always so gracious with their time. So much so, a few weeks ago, they gave up their weekends to be with us in Sacramento, advocating for our students and our region. They focused on college affordability, expanding financial aid, and funding for student housing. Those priorities are outlined in a legislative guidebook, which you can find at the back of the room, and it looks like this. These are our priorities, our legislative priorities. These are the things that our Board of Trustees have really made a huge impact in Sacramento and will soon be making that same huge impact in DC on behalf of our students and all of us throughout the community. We're also advancing a statewide designation for Hispanic serving institutions and expanding our ability to partner with local businesses on construction projects. And those business partnerships are already making just an incredible impact. As of January, right, we've been awarded $207 million in contracts. We've awarded that amount, $207 million in contracts.
Wow, that's huge.
To local businesses here in our communities. And what that's resulted in is about $16.7 million in wages for our local workers here in our community, here in our region. And when you step back, all of this is really, really interconnected, right? We're investing in our people. We're creating opportunities for our students today and tomorrow. And we're strengthening our community. That's the difference that that really this board is making every single day. So I thank you for that. Thank you all for that. Truly appreciate it. And that is my report.
Thank you, Chancellor. So next, we're going to move to our action agenda, and I'm going to ask that we take the minutes as a group. And so, looking for a motion and a second for. All right. So, moved by Longville and seconded by Aguilera. And so, I need to do a roll call vote. Student Trustee Garcia, how do you vote?
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza, how do you vote?
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera. Aye. Trustee Betters.
Aye.
Trustee Houston.
Aye.
Trustee Longville. Aye. Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. So thank you. Action item B, prioritize the board directives for development for 2026-2027 budget for final read. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second?
So moved.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Betters.
I'm gonna let you sort that out.
I'm gonna give it to Betters, and then I'm gonna give the second
That
to
was
Houston.
pretty good.
Good job, y'all. Student Trustee Garcia,
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza,
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera, Trustee Betters,
Aye.
Trustee Houston,
Aye.
Trustee Longville, Trustee Reyes,
Aye.
and I am aye as well. Action item C, independent audit for the San Bernardino Community College District. Can I have a motion and a second?
I second.
Trustee Aguilera and Trustee Garcia. Trustee Garcia, how do you vote?
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza.
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera. Aye. Trustee Betters.
Aye.
Trustee Houston.
Aye.
Trustee Longville. Trustee Reyes.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Independent audit for the district's Measure CC General Obligations Bond. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Trustee Houston, Trustee Longville, Student Trustee Garcia,
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza,
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera,
Aye.
Trustee Betters,
Aye.
Trustee Houston,
Aye.
Trustee Longville, Trustee Reyes,
Aye.
and I vote aye as well. Independent audit for the district's Measure M General Bond Obligation. Can I have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second?
Trustee Betters and Trustee Houston. Student Trustee Garcia, how do you vote?
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinosa,
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera,
Aye.
Trustee Betters.
Aye.
Trustee Houston,
Aye.
Trustee Longville. Aye. Trustee Reyes,
Aye.
and I am aye. Resolution 260212 BOT1, approving the termination of the joint powers agreement of the San Bernardino Emergency Training Center. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Houston and Betters. Is there any discussion?
I have a question.
Okay, I'll defer to the question because I was going to have a question too. He may have the same question.
Okay, is that Trustee Reyes or Trustee Espinoza?
Well, let Espinoza go first.
Reyes, Trustee Reyes?
Oh, okay, well, Espinoza, I thought you said Espinoza. I feel strongly about doing away with this partnership that should have been really, really strong. But for some reason, it didn't develop. And I know that Stephanie has done a great job in trying to keep this going, because I had it at the very beginning, and that's when we were having quite a bit of money, and then things didn't come out, not on our part. We've always paid what we said we were going to do. Crafton Hills College, which is the college that really was more into that because of the fire training and so forth. They've done a good job, and it's too bad that it's being dissolved. Under the circumstances that we're in, I respect the work that trustee Houston did. I'm sure she was very concerned and vocal about it, but when you don't have the funds and the county is hurting, we have to do what is best for our district. But I'm saddened to see this happening, but it has to be done. Maybe perhaps in the future, because the airport is going to play a major role in the development of this region. So we are in a very good position because of our relationship with the airport and so forth to be able to continue being creative and provide some input. I'd like to recommend that Trustee Houston stay informed, because I think she can bring invaluable information to that. Just to show you an example, that there's a big airline from Mexico that is trying to use the airport to land some opportunities for this region. So that would create some opportunities. I know it has nothing to do with the fire training, but it does, because we would have never qualified for that program if we didn't have an active airport. So sad to let him go, but at the same time, that's the best and most effective way under the economic situation that we're under.
Thank you, Trustee Reyes. Trustee Longo?
Yes, I was just curious, what's gonna happen to the equipment and whatever that the authority has had?
The Joint Powers Agreement outlines all of the steps that are associated with dissolution, including how all of the distribution of the resources will happen through both of the partners, so County of San Bernardino and the Community College District. So we'll be following all of what's outlined in that JPA agreement.
What will happen with, for example, isn't there like some kind of,
Can you use your mic a little more?
oh, I'm sorry, thank you.
Like the vehicles?
Yeah, isn't there something that, some kind of vehicles that were used for crash training and, I think
yes.
there's a plane even?
The props, so part of the background and part of the process that the commission has been engaged in since 2021, really deeply engaged in, is the advocacy and the work that we needed to get done to get the investment in the props. And you're talking about the props. So the props are extremely outdated. The props do not align with what the industry standard is. And the investment that we needs to come from the federal government. And the ambiguity and the uncertainty of how dollars could flow from the federal government to update the props so they're obsolete. So they will be, scrapped as obsolete at this point, and they're obsolete.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, is there any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. I'm gonna call for the vote. Student Trustee Garcia?
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera?
Aye.
Trustee Betters?
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez? I'm sorry. Trustee Houston?
Aye.
All right.
You good?
Trustee Longville?
Aye.
Trustee Reyes? Trustee Reyes? Do we still have Trustee Reyes?
Aye. Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Consent calendar. The consent agenda is expected to be routine and non-controversial. It is acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any member of the board, staff, or citizen may request that an item be removed for discussion. Are there any items to be pulled from the consent agenda?
Board Chair, I'd like to pull item B1, please.
Okay, so B1 is pulled. Is there any other items being pulled?
I would move adoption of the consent calendar with the exception of item B1.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. We have a motion and a second to accept the consent calendar with the exception of B1. Student Trustee Garcia?
Aye.
Student Trustee Espinoza?
Aye.
Trustee Aguilera,
Aye.
Trustee Betters.
Aye.
Trustee Houston,
Aye.
Trustee Longville,
Aye.
Trustee Reyes,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So now we'll have reports, and I ask that the timer be set for 3 minutes. Crafton Hills College Academic Senate,
No report.
Crafton Hills College Classified Senate,
Hi, everybody. Good evening. It's nice to be here. Just a few things. We finally, it's been a long school year, but we finally were able to meet with the managers, our classified senate, and present our Caring Campus plan. I would really like to thank one of our senators, Sierra Divins from the library, for helping with that. I think it's going to be a really good project that we're working on, and we're excited to share more when we have more to share. And in addition to that, we're making preparations to send a team to the Classified Leadership Institute in June. Looking forward to that one as well. And that is all I have for today.
Crafton Hills Associated Students. San Bernardino Valley College Academic Senate.
Hello and happy Black History Month. Good evening, board members and chancellor. Before I get to the work of the Academic Senate, I do want to take a moment to honor someone we lost, Thomas Berry, our curriculum faculty chair and a member of the Academic Senate executive team. Thomas spent 18 years at SBCCD. He started as an adjunct and grew into the most dedicated faculty leaders on our campus. He served as our accreditation, part of our OER ZTC faculty lead, our SLO faculty lead, our Senate secretary, and just months ago he was presented at the ASCCC Academic Academy and Fall Plenary on curriculum innovation and AI. Thomas brought deep expertise and genuine care to everything he did, and his loss is felt across the entire campus community. We extend our deepest sympathies to his family, friends, and colleagues. Turning to the work ahead and moving forward, the district's PPAC members have been working on the AI policy, which is an important step, and we appreciate that foundation. But the real work will start at the college level. Our faculty need dedicated funding for training and professional development, resources for IT infrastructure, and protected time to lead implementation through shared governance. We want our faculty confident and supported, and our students learning to use AI responsibly and not just following trends. On the student success front, our counseling department hosted a Grad Fest event on February 11th, led by our dedicated counselors, Debbie Orozco and Erica Big. This event continues to be one of the most impactful student-facing events we hold, and it's a direct reflection of our faculty and classified professionals' commitment to eliminating barriers and to completion. I'm also pleased to share that our multicultural center visioning work is moving forward with Dr. Keenan Mitchell in collaboration with President Contreras and our affinity groups. We ask for the district's continued support through policy alignment, dedicated funding, and staffing to sustain this center the way our campus community deserves. Thank you.
Thank you. San Bernardino Valley College Classified Senate. San Bernardino Valley College Associated Students. And you have a written report from CSEA. Is there a CTA representative? Oh, you're here. Okay, thank you.
The written report's in the mail. Good evening, trustees, Madam Chancellor, Vice Chancellors, Presidents, and Administrators. I'd like to begin my report with a couple of very noteworthy items. First, CSEA unanimously decided recently to be a part of SBVC's Centennial Gala, celebrating 100 years of service to the region. We've purchased tickets and will be randomly selecting and gifting 3 lucky classified professionals a chance to be a part of this historic black tie celebration. We've also made the decision to do the same next year at the gala at Crafton Hills College, and alternating our attendance at these events moving forward so that we are supporting the work of the campus foundations as they work to support our students. Secondly, I'm excited to report that our chapter recently adopted 4 new executive board positions. 3 brand new member-at-large positions were created and will serve as liaisons responsible for capturing and the unique perspectives and challenges being faced by members at SBVC, CHC, and DSO respectively. In addition to these new positions, we also adopted a new e-board parliamentarian whose job will be to ensure order and adherence to prescribed processes and procedures during our meetings. These moves, in conjunction with efforts to update our chapter's governing documents, mark an intentional effort within CSE to create more transparency, more accountability, and more access for those we serve. And lastly, and yet most importantly, I'd like to take a moment to speak to the district leadership present in this room, both behind the dais and in front of it. I've spoken about the next topic in several spaces now, so forgive me if you've heard it, but I feel this may be the one space where its repetition is critical. Our region is currently experiencing budgetary challenges stemming from both local and state level funding deficiencies that have resulted in the likely, if not imminent, dismissal of over 100 plus staff positions in Redlands Unified. Apple Valley Unified just took action to lay off over 250 plus certificated and classified positions, and their employees held a board rally just last week. San Bernardino and Riverside counties are also currently considering downscaling, if not eliminating, both programming and classified staffing throughout their districts. It is a testament to the leadership in this room here at SBVC that, to my knowledge, these conversations have not taken place on any level. I come to you respectfully and with gratitude on behalf of the classified professionals throughout the district to thank you for the importance you continue to place, not just on the work that we do, but for us as people, as your friends, as your colleagues, especially at a time where the programming and services we offer to the community are more vital than ever, and sadly are being downgraded or eliminated. Your efforts to champion classified professionals and give true consideration to the protection of our livelihoods demonstrates your intentionality in seeing us as a valued member of this district, and it has not gone unnoticed.
Your turn is complete.
Here at home or other school districts and other union chapters region-wide. Thank you for the oftentimes thankless work that you do to ensure SBVC remains a standalone example of a district where the classified professionals are not just valued, they're empowered, they're respected, and they're protected. Thank you.
Thank you. CTA.
Good evening, everyone. I am Meredith McLaren. I am the Vice President for the Union at Crafton, or the Crafton Vice President for the Union, and I'll be doing the report. I came to the district, I had perfect vision. Now I have to wear readers, so hold on.
I'm trying to figure it out over here.
Just a couple things. The first 2 things, and I'm gonna have to do this so I can see you. My children make fun of me for doing this. I have 2 things to invite you to. So the first is we are gonna do a happy hour at Escape Brewery down in Redlands on February 25th from 5 to 7. So if you wanna come and join us, we'll have free drinks, free appetizers, free food. And if you need any more information, feel free to reach out. The other thing we would like to invite you to is we are gonna do a bowling party at Empire Bowl in Redlands on March 7th from noon to 3, and it includes your shoes, your bowling, pizza, and soda. So, and we think we're going to do some competitions. We're maybe going to do a CSA is also going to be joining us at that. So we thought maybe we'll have like a CSEA, CTA bowling competition. We're totally in favor of buying trophies and stuff like that. So we're going for it. The other thing, just to give you a little bit of an update, is we are continuing the Prop 55 signature campaign. We've reached out to in multiple venues on each campus. We've also worked with Senate on this to get the signatures that we need to get the Prop 55 put onto the ballot to extend the money, because the significant loss of funds for our district is, I think, inspiring a lot of people to want to participate and get that on the ballot. The other thing that we've been working on is our PAC committee is working for the re-elections of the Board of Trustees. And so we want to thank everybody who has reached out. They're going to be meeting with the board just to have a discussion about goals, things that we're moving forward, and how we can support each other. The other thing, the last thing then is we are also doing our president election. So we have a couple of candidates for president. So we will start our elections next week for who will be the new president of the union for the next 2-year term. So that is it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Police Officers Association. All right, so staff report, San Bernardino Valley College President.
Thank you, Trustee Williams. A few updates in addition to the written report. But first, I want to thank our Senate President, Andrea Heck, for acknowledging Thomas Berry. He's really an educator that transformed lives. And as you walk the campus and you come across employees and students, he'll be well remembered for doing just that. And his celebration of life will be next Wednesday, and Valley College will be well represented there. Couple of updates, Black History Month. Happy Black History Month again. Last week, we had a very special luncheon honoring legends as well as loved ones who have helped Valley College advance Black excellence. I want to thank Trustee Aguilera, Trustee Williams, Vice Chancellor Hannon, and everybody who participated. Chancellor Rodriguez, sorry, I missed the boss. There you go. Everyone who participated in that event. It was truly inspiring. One of the best events we've had in 2026. There's a lot of events going on for Black History Month, so check out the website to be updated on that. Also want to acknowledge our counseling division, our counseling faculty. Yesterday we had a grad check fest, absolutely outstanding. Hundreds and hundreds of students going to check if they're graduating, what they need to graduate, games, prizes, swag given out for our centennial, and just to really see the counseling faculty engage with students. Last year was the largest graduating class in the history of San Bernardino Valley College. We might break that record this year. But I want to give special thanks to Dean Marco Cota, our VPSS, Yvonne Gutierrez Sandoval, especially our counseling faculty, Debbie Orozca, Erica Begg, Jessica Bernardo, our classified professionals, Nancy, Fabiola, and Shanika. So truly outstanding event yesterday in B100. And then on February 18th, we'll be celebrating Lunar New Year at Valley College in the Gresham Art Gallery. It's the Year of the Horse, so if you're able to join us, please do so. That's our Asian and Pacific Islander Association. Really want to thank Bethany Tasaka and Ula Mataveo for leading those efforts and bringing that to Valley College. Centennial planning, as you know, we're celebrating 100 years. We continue the 100 moments and just launched now the Centennial podcast by one of our alumnus, Thomas Robles. If you can, check that out, as well as the weekly highlight videos. And just would like to share, there's a topping off ceremony on February 20th for our Student Services building, which is absolutely outstanding. And our gala is sold out, over a month in advance, really exciting. Our foundation, Mike Lane, and everyone who's working on the gala. It's going to be an amazing event. With that concludes my report.
Thank you. Crafton Hills College President.
Thank you. On behalf of Crafton Hills College, we would like to extend our sympathies to our colleagues at Valley College for the passing of Thomas Berry. Please know that our thoughts are with you as you grieve through this, and we're just so sorry to hear about the tragedy. I'd like to congratulate Associate Dean Amanda Ward. Her presentation entitled Stronger Than the Shift, Addressing Peer-Inflicted Trauma in EMS has been accepted at the EMS World Expo in Orlando, Florida, in October. I'd like to also congratulate the Associated students for an amazing Club Rush event today. Jasmine Garcia was a part of that. The bustle on campus is significant. Parking is short. EOPS also had a wonderful open house this week. And all of this leads to, for the first time in Crafton Hills College history, we have exceeded 5,000 annual FTES. All right. Also to say Happy Black History Month, we also have had some amazing events on campus and will continue throughout the month. As to the JPA dissolution, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the significant history of the San Bernardino Regional Emergency Training Center. Former Chancellor Emeritus Dr. Don Averill was actually the chancellor who authorized its creation, along with former President and Trustee Gloria Harrison, who's on the signature documents. This was a wonderful partnership between the City of San Bernardino, the County of San Bernardino, and our district. Amazing things happened at this training center. Thousands of firefighters went through the center receiving critical training, not only in the FAA regulations, but also as a temporary home of Crafton Hills College's Fire Academy, where our own trustee Houston's son graduated from the training academy.
You're gonna make me cry. I told you I have a Christmas card with that at that facility. It literally is a Christmas card.
This partnership is an exemplary example of how a region can come together to support and promote prosperity in our region. Now, while the JPA is moving on into its next chapter, dissolution, it is not without exploration of how we can continue to serve our fire professionals in partnership with the FAA. I'd also like to thank Trustee Houston for her amazing leadership for the entire 7 years I've been on the JPA board. She has been chair of the commission, and her experience, intelligence, leadership has really thrust the operations into a point of efficiency that I don't think it had achieved in its past. Along with that, we have individuals, Donna Farrakone, former trustee, June Yamamoto, former dean, Dan Word, current CTE dean, all have invested thousands of hours into this partnership. And it wouldn't have been possible without the support of our county partners in the county fire department, Chief Dan Muncie, Division Chiefs Yeager and Bixler, and a special thank you to two amazing individuals that ran the center every day. Chris Bowden, who was our chief instructor, also almost the entire time that both Dr. Houston and I served on the board, and an amazing admin assistant, Crystal Tarandanio, who held everything together and facilitated just amazing relationships with all of the agencies we worked with. So while it is somewhat sad, we are closing, it is not without a loss. We gained so much by being a part of this partnership, and I look forward to any potential partnerships we have moving forward, both with the airport and with the FAA. That concludes my report.
Thank you. And I would like to note that during the, I'm not sure how long it was, maybe just a year or two, that I was represented this board on the Joint Powers Authority, and I chaired it as well. And I believe I resigned from it in order to make room for Dr. Houston, yes, on the board at that time, and you know, I didn't know she would, you know, run it into the ground and dissolve it. I had no idea. You know. But,
You would have second guessed that decision, right?
How could I know it? But no, I want to thank the fact that Dr. Houston has chaired it for this amount of time is a testament to the regard with which she is held by all of the entities involved in it, including, you know, it was a sad day when the city had to leave the authority because the city lost its fire department and merged into the county fire department. But it's a sad day. But as Kevin was noting, we did gain a lot out of it during the time that it was there. A great deal. It was, and regional government has been one of my kind of specialties during my career in government. In countless ways, the Mobile Source Air Pollution Reduction Review Committee, which I chaired for many years, MetroLink, which I helped create, and you know, these have been my focus. And it's amazing the things that you can do with the Joint Powers Authority. Mm-hmm. It's not always recognized by people, but anything that one entity can do through a Joint Powers Authority, you can extend that into other agencies working with you on it, and it enables us to accomplish things that we could never otherwise accomplish. So it really is a sad thing to see it go.
Well, I'm gonna just throw it out there. The San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools does offer beginning and advanced drone training, and so maybe that's something that we should look out, because that technology is used more and more in emergency fires and all kind of stuff. And so, Executive Vice Chancellor,
No report.
Vice Chancellor of Human Resources and Police Services,
No report.
Vice Chancellor of Education and Student Support Services,
No report.
Associate Vice Chancellor of Government Relations and Strategic Communications.
No report.
Informational items. Are there any questions or discussion for any of our informational items? All right, so for the folks that may have to leave, we are going to close this meeting in honor of faculty member Thomas Berry. And so we're going to go into closed session, and we'll enter closed session to discuss confidential matters that are generally stated on the agenda. And I don't have to read them out loud, so we're going to go to closed session. Thank you. right, do I have all of the folks? We are going to reconvene from closed session. The time is 5:22. There are no actions that were taken in closed session that need to be read out, and we're going to adjourn this meeting in honor of the memory of faculty member Thomas Berry. Thank you. We will see one another again on February the 26th at 5 o'clock. Please don't forget, we're going to meet at Crafton Hills College. We'll be at Crafton Hills College. Thank you, everyone. The time is...
Way to go, acting chair.
Yes, sir. We are done.